Today I'm going to be chatting about all the books that I plan to read in the month of May. April was a terrible reading month for me, so I'm very much looking forward to the possibility to turn a new page and to find some great reads in the month of May. The first book we have to talk about is my members book club pick for the month of May. In case you don't know, I have a channel membership here on YouTube, and if you join at the highest tier, you can be part of my monthly book club where we vote on what we want to read together. We read it, and then we discuss it at the end of the month in a live show. And for the month of May, we're going to be reading a backlist thriller book, and that is The Chain by Adrienne McKenty, which has my nice bargain sticker barcode thing still on it because I picked this up quite a while ago at a discount store. I've been wanting to read it for a long time, and I'm excited to finally read it this month together with my channel members. Last year, one of my favorite books of the year was The Island by Adrienne McKenty, and that was the first book that I ever read from him. And this book came out previously, and I've heard pretty good things about it, so I'm excited to check it out, read a backlist book from an author that I know I enjoyed, and see if I can find another good favorite. This story has to do with kidnapping. It is about following these people whose children get taken from them, and in order to get your child back, you have to kidnap another. So it's like this chain that is created, and I'm very intrigued to see how that story develops and what Adrienne McKenty does with it, because it sounds really interesting, but also how are we going to get out of that? I don't know. So I am intrigued, and yeah, we will be reading this in May, and at the end of May there will be a live show. So if you want to join along, if you are not already a channel member, that is always down below where you can click join if you would like to be a part of it. And I think that's all the book club news that I have for this month. I may be reading some other books for other people's book clubs if things pop up throughout the month, but I don't have anything set in stone and planned at this moment. The only other thing that's kind of like a buddy read is Our Share of Night by Mariana Enriquez. I started reading this in April and I got halfway through, so I'm planning on completing it in May, and I plan to have a dedicated reading vlog out to this one within the first 2 weeks of May. The reason I said this is kind of like a buddy read is I do have a channel in my Discord for my members where you can read along with me if you would like, but it's not like an organized buddy read, it's just general kind of updates along the way. And because I let all of you know that I was going to be reading this in advance, so if you want to read it by the time my reading vlog comes out so you can see all the spoilers, just an FYI. It is kind of long, but it does read pretty quickly, and I've been having a good time with it, so I'm excited to finish it up in May and get that reading vlog out. And that is all of my plans for May. Just kidding, the video is not over yet, but those are my only concrete plans of books that I absolutely know I'm going to be reading. Everything else is going to be incredibly flexible because, like I said, I had a horrible reading month last month, and I just need flexibility to mood read and get back in the mood for finding good reads. But I will be participating in a readathon throughout the month of May. It is called Escape the Readathon, and it is being hosted by Lexi from the channel Books with Lexi. So I will have her video linked down below where she explains all the details of the readathon. There's also a Discord and an Instagram, so it is a very thorough readathon that's going on through the month of May, and the whole theme of it is you are trying to join a team and break out of a haunted house. So there's lots of different team leaders, and then there are also ghosts. And I am going to be a ghost in the month of May who will be haunting all the readers and trying to keep the teams within the haunted house. In order to do that, I have to read a lot of books. I will be haunting people, and the more books you read, the more haunted you're gonna get. So I have a stack of books that I think will be quick reads or books that are shorter that I'm just interested in, and I'm gonna go through them quickly because, like I said, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna read next month, and I don't wanna lock myself into any plans, but if you're just curious what's on my radar, this will just be a chatty little portion of going through what is on my list. First, we have The Book of the Most Precious Substance by Sarah Gran. I have not read from Sarah Gran yet. I don't believe that I have, but I have been mildly intrigued in this book. And then the more good reviews I see for it, the more I'm like, okay, yeah, I definitely want to pick it up because I didn't know if it'd be my thing. And then I keep seeing all these people love it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I think I'm gonna like it. It was also only $4 on Amazon the other day, and I was like, absolutely. And I'm pretty sure it was Elizabeth from Reading Riley who posted about that on Instagram, which is the reason I went to go check and then get it. So thank you so much for that tip. I don't know exactly what this book is about. It's something about there being this book that everyone wants to get their hands on, a powerful occult book. and something to do with sex as well. But it is a short little book and I've heard good things, so that's all I really needed to know. Next we have Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister, which I think I talked about in my April TBR. I just didn't get around to it in April, but I think this will be a fun, fast-paced thriller that I've only heard amazing things about. It's a story about this woman who witnesses her son kill someone, and then she keeps like Groundhog Day, reliving the same day, trying to prevent it, or else she's moving back in time trying to prevent it. And I love books that play with time, so I think this one will be very fun. Next is The Younger Wife by Sally Hepworth, which I think I also talked about in my April TBR. It's about this man who marries a younger woman. He has kids with his first wife, and they are suspicious of this new woman. And I love Sally Hepworth, so I always know I can get through her books really quickly, which should be helpful in a readathon. Ooh, next are some exciting ones. So first up is Mayfly by CJ Lead. The publisher very kindly sent this arc to me, and I am so thrilled. I'm so excited for this one. It sounds so creepy. It looks so creepy, and I've been highly anticipating it. The blurb on the front is from Grady Hendrix, and he describes it as an apocalyptic Anaheim psycho. I really truly don't know what this is going to be like. I think it's going to be like an unhinged woman story, because it's about this woman who works as basically like Elsa, I think, at Disney, and she like gets really obsessed with taking on different personas, and the latest one that she's taking on is Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. Sounds like a very good time. And then the other one that I'm excited about is Ride or Die by Gail Agnes Musa-Kavanagh. This just sounds like a really fun, chaotic teen chaos young adult type story. And also they sent me a little I'll get it because it's really cute, a little dice keychain, because there is a dice keychain on the cover. How cool is that? So again, thank you so much to the publishers for both of these books. Speaking of books publishers have sent me, this actually came from the author, Moonflowers and Nightshade by Samantha Kolesnik. This is a sapphic horror anthology that I really hope to read by the end of last year, and now we are in May and I have not read it yet. So it would be great to finally get around to this. Then I have two books from Koji Suzuki. I have Ring, of course, the classic, and then The Shining Sea. I picked both of these up in December of last year, and they've just been kind of sitting around, and I thought about maybe doing a reading vlog, reading them together, or doing a reading vlog of like Ring and rewatching the movie, because that movie freaked me out as a child. That is like one of the first horror movies I remember watching, and traumatized. And I haven't watched it in a while. But I don't know. I think I might just read them in May. I don't know if I'm gonna make a video out of it or what I will do. I really don't have any video plans for vlogs in the month of May, so I don't know what's gonna happen, but hopefully I can get around to these. And then finally I have Eric LaRocca's The Trees Grew Because I Bled There, which is also a story collection, and I read everything from Eric LaRocca, and I love everything I've read from Eric LaRocca, and I'm just noticing this has been blurred by Mariana Enriquez, which is funny because I'm reading Our Share of Night this month too. I don't know anything about the stories that are in this, but like I said, I read anything Eric LaRocca writes and I love it all. So I will be reading this and I'm sure I will love it. So that is it for my possibility pile. There's obviously more books on my TBR that may come in the mix. I really want to read Emily Henry's new book, but I don't know if I'm going to be in a romance mood in May or if that's going to be more of a June thing. So TBD there. But let me know if any of the books I mentioned stand out to you, if you're excited to see me chat about any of them, and if there's any you would want to see like in a reading vlog or any reading vlog ideas you would like to see in the month of May. Genuinely have nothing planned. So if you have any ideas, let me know down below, and let me know what you're most excited to read in May as well. But that is it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!